Yeah, most of elephant racing stuff, and I can't think of the other place, is all booted covered.
I mean,
their primary market is Boxster for streetcar stuff.
how much is the boot if we had Lucky do it?
So
What's up, Orest?
um, you want?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I'm muted, so. Then we'll be here till 7 o'clock.
I need to finish getting this car.
Yes, thank you. All right, we good? Am I hot? I'm hot. Hello, everybody. Announce yourself. Let me know that you're here. Give us a hiya, hey gang, a thumbs up, a cornholio, or whatever you might want to look at. We are finishing the old bones, and I brought up the Frank August that, quite honestly, I found this at Costco. This is legit. This is a beautiful bottle. So I got a couple of them. There was one of these and some Willet Rise, 6-year Willet Rise at Costco right now. So if you're a whiskey guy, get your ass to Costco, get you some good bottles for not a lot of dough. That said, do not want to hang my homie out to dry. If you want some rare shit like this Old Bones, we're going to talk to Glenn at McCallum & Sons about getting a whiskey shelf back here that we can promote for him, the McCallum shelf behind us, so that we can have a bottle, show a bottle, tell you guys about the bottle, maybe go find the bottle, maybe even go buy the bottle if you're local from Glenn, because he's awesome. So, all right, y'all, we got a lot of stuff to cover. I'm going to go right into tactical first. Then we're going to move on to some of our topics. Hopefully you all got the letter and you saw some of our socials about it. That's perfect. We can throw that up there. I'll go kind of one by one, all the goodies that we got. We got a pile of goodies. We talked about it last week. We're going to go through it some more this week. Start in the upper right. Upper right. Those are 992 GT3 and GT3 RS. Inner, lower, that's the 991. Oh, they're all over there. We were taking pictures for the website. It's all good, brother. My producer's quick. He got his flippy floppies on. Slippers in action. Speed slippers. All right. So these. What's going on, Larry? How you doing, brother? Happy belated birthday to Larry. He's now 38. We're trying to solve the lack of camber problems for the 992 GT3 and the GT3 RS. A couple different ways we can do that. GT3. What's up, Lance? How you doing, brother?
You can illustrate it as well. Part that it goes to.
Indeed. So this goes here. This connects to the car. This connects to the knuckle, wishbones, et cetera, et cetera. So you guys get an idea what's going on. As we push the upright, which attaches here, farther away from the car, it gets more and more and more camber. That's the point. We also end up with more threads. You guys can kind of make that out. So we can put more shims in between and still have an ability to get a nut on there to make the car safe. So a couple things that are going on with this. We've got extended lengths. From a GT3, we have plus 10 millimeters, which you can see there in the middle, plus 15 millimeters, and plus 20 millimeters. The RS has overlap in this. RS starts in the middle D. That would be plus 0 millimeters for an RS, but extended studs, because on the RS, it comes with a big fat shim, this fat boy sitting in there like that. This shim, oh, is it this one? Is this big thick boy, or is it the thin one from Suncoast? Do you remember? Hey, Charles, was it the thick shim or the thin shim that was 120 bucks? 8 millimeter. The 8 millimeter shim from Suncoast is $120 for the RS. That seems a bit egregious for this. We sell the whole kit for the 992 GT3 front and rear for $350 for all the shims, like a whole pile of them. So your mileage may vary how you want to spend your money. That said, the RS has room for, comes with this shim plus 0, but only has room for about 5 millimeters of shim thereafter. So that's all you can put in the bottom before you run out of threads. So we've extended the threads, and we allow you to put almost 12 to 13 millimeters of shim in there. And when accompanied with, this is the upper link that the top of that double wishbone stack is attached to, and we made a short one. And this short one, we just tested it on our car, adds -1 degree of camber just by putting this on it. So there's an eccentric here. If you run the eccentric, and this is it with the eccentric at 0, so not pulling it in farther. So we can get you camber, yo. We can get it all, because something that was kind of, it's been bugging me. That's a great shot. Is when we were developing the 992 GT3 with our friend Mike Kojima, we had it at the track. He had some targets. It was a little bit of a challenge to reach his target for static camber. We wanted to get to about -3. Depending on ride height, that changes. So if you really dump the car, you can really get it to bend in, because there's camber gain in double wishbone. So as you lower the car, they want to naturally start moving farther in. But the RS, with all its additional downforce, its wider tires, wider track, from Porsche in the owner's manual says the Manthey recommended alignment is -2.4, -2.5. What's up, Thomas West? How you doing, brother? So that doesn't quite sit right. Car's going to be pulling almost -2, -2.2 Gs by some pros, and we only need -2.4 on some of these tires. Also doesn't sit right, because Ted, when he drives car, I don't notice it. I'm not as fast as Ted. From apex to track out, he says the car's got to push. Adding more camber when the car's really loaded, really trying to accelerate, likely fixes that push. So we're going to be testing some of this stuff out. Little hand wavy RS magic for you. So these are on the website under 992 GT3 and 992 GT3 RS. And Brandon, I'm talking to you. I've been talking to our buddy Brandon at Porsche North Houston on and off about all of this stuff. And these are for him. This is a full kit of shims, upper links. There you go. Lower inners, extended lower inners. ARP nuts, grade 10.9 studs, grade 12.9 nuts from ARP, all super high quality stuff. FK bearings, 6061 aluminum, everything to make it dialed in. Let's get these cars dialed in. I want to see more and more guys out using their RSs as intended, not garage queens, not always rubbed with baby diapers. You should certainly rub it with a baby diaper every now and then. They like that. Let's talk a little bit about this guy for a second because we've gotten some questions recently. So this is our 991 718 981 front camber plate. This is highly offset, more offset than a motorsports part. And we include a spacer. You mean just like the RS, Jamie? Why, yes, just like the RS. Crazy. I have had more questions from Porsche techs about what this spacer is for and where you put it. And don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't knock your mic. That. Pick the right triangles. There we go. Let me fight with it here since it's live YouTube. There we go. Put it like this and install it from below. This allows you to have ease of adjustment as you're trying to get this aligned. It allows the slots in the chassis to be fully utilized. Makes it easy to do. Leave it like this. This is just a little bit of a PSA. That's what I was looking for. Not anything related to your prostate, but public service announcement. Where your head's at. We also have new tension arms, which I talked about these last week. These are for 991. We need to check them on 997, but we are 99% certain that they'll work on 997 as well, with combination of the 991 thick pucks is what we'll call them. These allow you to get the adjustment of the tire in the wheel well, your caster, or the position front and rear of where the tire is in the wheel well, dialed in ideally. And our RSR caster arms, tension arms, have the ability to use the stock brake duct. You don't have to try and leash it on there on a round piece. Clips on just like factory. So, Eric B, still okay for the pre-spacer models. You're talking Boxster, right? Your Boxster, I believe. And which part are we talking about as far as still okay for pre-spacer models? Are we talking about non-split control arms? We'll catch up with that, Eric. When this catches up and the lag is gone, then we can get back to it. Can you grab for me the really bad picture that I put in Slack of Okay. Of McClellan's car. You see that in 4RS Dev? There you go.
This one?
Yes, sir. It's probably not going to look great full screen, but that's okay. It's what we got. Yep, that's not great. It's okay. So, the reason I'm showing this is a worldwide first. This I am sure of. Though that is a 265 325. I'll come back to that, Eric. That is a 265 325 on a GT4 RS running exclusive to Dundon rear wheel width and offset, you got to get a pile of parts to do this. But our man John McClellan, he's into it. That's full lab rat. He has MCS. He has the upper camber plates. He has the rear tie rod. He has the specific offset and width forge line. And he's got 325 Supercar 3Rs on the back of that bad boy. So the reason we chased this is Ted came back from Thunderhill. He's like, the front's got massive grip. I need more in the rear. I need more. So Charles got to work. He made a very special rear tie rod that has lots of clearance. And for 19-inch wheels, we were able to get a big chunky 325 back there. So super excited about that. That would work for both GT4 and 4RS because even though the 4RS is pushed out a little bit wider, the parts on the car aren't much different. So those of you who have MCS on your GT4, give us a shout. We can help you get there. Those of you who have all the parts on your 4RS, also give us a shout. This is any lab rats out there. I'm talking to you. We can get you a shim, brother. Just shoot us an email if you need one. The only reason that that's going to become an issue is if you're really pushing this tight right here up close to the body. I expect that you aren't, but if you are, give us a shout. We can send you a set of shims. Throw those right on top. Be able to push it all the way over, no issue. Okay, we're going to move into, I've done enough selling here for a minute. Let's go through our topics. Some of you go, hopefully, all of y'all saw our social media posts, our newsletter for topics. So let's get started. I'm going to give you all a minute to give me some of your guesses as to why our 992 3RS needs to go back to the dealer. And in the meantime, I'll have a sip. Need some Jeopardy music or something. Yeah.
They're just starting to see it probably.
All right.
Find out how to reduce the lag.
How to get that more snippety snappy. You think it's the program?
No, YouTube does it.
Really?
You can change it apparently.
Oh, interesting.
You know, something bad.
What's up, Dougie? Okay, so since you guys are waiting and there's some lag, I'll kind of jump into it. So do we have any pictures of the aftermath of why it needs to go?
We can give them a little hint.
There you go. There's your little hint. Throw that full screen. There you go. So that's not normal. That's not a picture you want when the boys are dropping the diffuser to put the car on the dyno. There's a bunch of brown stains on the bottom of the sump. And then I start perusing Facebook and I start looking around and we're not alone. Seems this is a feature of both the 992 GT3 and the GT3 RS oil sumps. They wanted to improve or reduce the price of the gasket. And yeah, it's cheaper until they got to do a bunch of warranty work. Slide on back, brother, so you can be in the camera. There he is. That mic on?
This thing on?
Yep. Cool. So yeah, Robert got it to be better. He tightened up some of the sump bolts by almost, what'd you say, 25% of a turn?
Yeah, that was a good job.
So they were loose. Nice. What? And yeah, shit stains in the sump. Exactly, Justin. This is not good. We don't like brown on the bottom of the engine. What's going on, Jason? So, do you have a picture of the car partially scanned with all the schmutz on it?
I mean, it's still got all the
Yeah, it's still got all the schmutz on it.
foot powder fairy dust on it, as Charlie calls it.
Fairy dust. Not a child of the 80s. All right, so we have to get somebody to get us a picture real quick of that. Car looks a sight right now. It's covered in athlete foot powder and 3D scanning dots. So it's luckily we've got a local dealer who will come down and pick it up. There you go. So that we do that so that it looks like that, because as I was talking of earlier, the black paint and red lasers and really shiny film and ceramic coat and all that bit. Yeah.
The glossy black paint.
Glossy black paint, it doesn't like. All the plastic is fine.
Yeah.
All the matte, the tires, all the other shit, it's fine. But yeah. So this is what we've been up to for the last week. Not that. That was more than a week ago. So we've got an RS to clean up before it heads north to the dealer.
Not it.
Not it? Yeah, right? Yeah, totally. Not it. Robert, you're up. Me and you are going to end up with bamboo shoots under our nails. Right? You're like, I'll take it. It's fine. If you can give Ted a call back for me. He's trying to ring me right now. Yeah. The train of thought. So, RS is leaking oil from the sump. Seems to be relatively common. Here's the weird thing. It seems you have to get a whole new casting. You need a whole new sump, not just a gasket, but a whole new casting. So that means somebody fucked up.
Is
So-
it the same thing like where when you let the factory smoke out of a wire, you have to replace it? No? Yes. No.
Maybe.
Maybe.
So RS is going to get buttoned up. We'll have some scans, and then she's going to go to the dealer, trying to negotiate with the dealer, be like, look, you already know what the problem is. Just get the parts coming so I'm not without my car for 2 months while you're waiting for parts to come from Germany while you're building more of these engines. And likely those parts are being used for engines, not really available for warranty work. Maybe they have some. Hopefully they do. It's better than when they're not building engines,
Correct.
with like Metzger's,
Like, yeah.
where you're like, oh, you want a head gasket? Wait 9 months.
Stock
Sorry.
0, future stock -0.
Yeah, future stock, we have no fucking clue. Yep. Any questions on that? Any of you surprised that our brand new GT3 RS is leaking oil right out of the pan? Nice. Larry's an OG Whiskey Friday attendee, and every time Justin changes the set, Larry's the one that notices and gives them shit about it. So, right on. We got the red drapes behind us. We don't have the couch behind us anymore, so it's helping us to improve our credibility, especially with whiskey, red drapes, red neon lights, and a couch. That's
So how long till we turn it another 90 degrees?
Right?
Like,
we keep 90, 180, 270. We
Yeah.
keep moving it around.
Philip can be the backdrop next time.
I like it. Hello. There's been some scuttlebutt going around on the interwebs about if they really caught the new 2RS doing laps, 992 GT2 RS doing laps on the Nürburgring. And so Justin wanted to talk about this because it looks like a GT3 RS, but it doesn't sound like a GT3 RS, and we can show you. We can show you. This would have been something that the guys that put this video up, had they would have done what we're about to do, would have made it very clear that it's probably a 2RS. So we'll run these two back to back for you.
Turn you guys down so you can
That's probably enough. So what do you guys think? First one is what we suspect is the GT2. And the second one was obviously the Manti shark fin thing, GT3 RS. So, sure doesn't sound like it's going to very high RPM. Not like the other one. Sounds a bit like a tractor, as the 2RS is kind of known to sound like. So I think we're looking at a 2RS mule. It's interesting that they got it through there. Folks who have taken pictures have been looking for where the intercoolers might be and where the holes for the intercooler exits might be. And if you look really close on the 2RS mule, there are additional vent holes in the rear bumper that are not on a 3RS. So there's some tells. I think inside at this table, we think that's 2RS mule.
Yeah. Probably more than that.
Probably
hybrid front or something.
Yeah. So let's talk about the hybrid part of this. It's been rumored, not much rumor anymore. The 992.2 Carrera is an electric turbo hybrid. Do you think that they would only use that technology on the Carrera? If it spools the turbos faster, has instant spool, keeps them where they're supposed to be, and additional torque when the engine doesn't actually have any, they're sure as shit using that on their top line GT car. I mean, they're for sure doing that. I would not. It's been rumored that the 992.2 GT3 and the GT3 RS are going to be hybrids as well. Kind of don't see the one scary thing when they announced the 992.2, and I've said this before, is that they can't do full throttle fuel enrichment for Euro 8, 7, 9, 15, whatever the hell it is at this point, emissions. So they have to run them at stoichiometric, which is, anybody who understands engines are like, eek, we got to keep it at stoich and full throttle. That's not great for power. Cylinders get hot like that.
After enough whiskey, stoichiometric turns into scotchiometry.
Scotchiometry, yeah, it's close. Especially when you switch the T and the ski. Scotchiometry, I like it. The scotchiometric ratio.
Have that down.
Some days more than others. So I think the 2RS is going to not only be a hybrid, but it's going to have all of the it's going to have the benefits and the polarization of being a hybrid. You're going to see a lot of guys that are interested in it from a performance standpoint, because obviously they're going to make it so it's wicked fast, but they might not want to be carrying around those batteries and all that African mined lithium in their car. Be like trading blood diamonds.
New windshield banner.
Yeah, blood diamond.
Powered by blood diamonds.
Empowered by blood diamonds. What's that? Blood diamonds? Across the back, blood diamond. Uh-huh.
Oh, they probably ducked it all out the bottom.
No, it's not quite. It doesn't have those holes. It has.
And we would get shot if our tips were that close to the
Yeah, we wouldn't do that. I'll say that. We'd want them out a little farther than that. So it's a mule. They don't care if they melt the plastic. They're just out seeing if it kind of works. I'd be surprised if they did a center exit. They could get more diffuser on it if they did kind of like the 991.2 side exit exhaust.
Well, they still have the big can in the middle.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Watch, it's the same powertrain. They just throw a dry sump tank on it
Mm-hmm.
and a not leaky sump.
As a turb, yeah, and a not leaky sump. That would be nice. Maybe they have it fixed by then. Who knows?
Yeah.
What else we got, brother?
Justin, that would be very shocking. Haha.
Denounce any electric variant of GT cars. Indeed.
They'll call
Oh
it-
yeah.
They'll probably call it the GTE.
Please no.
GTERS.
The GTE RS. So this was a surprise. We didn't know this. I followed Daily Driven Exotics for a while, but obviously not close enough. I thought they were in LA. I didn't know they were in Canada, or they're Canada based. This is a customer of ours, Alex. That's his car. He wrote us a really, really kind message recently on Instagram. Put your full kit on the car, suspension, full aero. I can't believe the difference in how fast the car is now. It's crazy how much better the car is with all of this on it. And this is a 991.2 GT3 RS. Hey, we're starting a movie. What's going on? So this is at SR. I believe Ray is the proprietor of SR, and he's seen us do this, so have no fear. Charles designed all of the mounting for this so that this is, I mean,
curb proof.
it's curb proof, right? Literally, because he was catching shit. Do we get it? It's not a splitter rant? No, it's a splitter. It's not a lip. He called it a lip, and I was like, damn it, not a lip.
But they corrected it.
I'm glad. Yes, the DDE boys were like, that's a splitter. Thank you. Appreciate it. And what was cool is he walked back to the wing and he's like, damn, this wing is legit. I love the look of this thing. This looks great. And I was like, all right, nothing but love from the DDE boys. Daily Driven Exotic crew. We're just down in Gig Harbor. We're not that far from, your stomping grounds. Come down and visit. We got cool toys here too. So will you get to do donuts in the parking lot? No, we fired the last guy that did that. So, but was entirely from the donut, but other extenuating circumstances.
Well, if they're from Canada, does that mean they do maple bars?
Your opinion on this question?
What's that?
Or
What?
this comment from from the video.
The what?
Cue it up. You need to blow that up. You want us to read it.
Oh, sorry.
There you go.
Till I estimated the bill on smashing a parking stop.
Bolt on easy to replace splitters.
The
Okay.
parking stop might cost more to replace than the splitter, so I get that.
Yeah. Depending on what you ram it into and whose parking stop you break with the splitter, might cost you some money. So the whole car would stop. Literally, it'd be like donk, and it wouldn't go any farther. 0624, what's up, brother? So pretty cool to have those boys see that car. There was a bunch of other really cool cars there, some air-cooled stuff that SR had been working on. So nice to have friends, and quite frankly, nice to be surprised with something nice on social media. Typically, the surprises on social media are not nice things. So that was kind of cool. I got a text from my buddy Ryan Walters first thing in the fucking morning. Hey, DDE is looking at your products. And I'm like,
The UPS guy.
yeah, UPS guy said, hey, I saw your stuff on Daily Driven. And I was like, and I just wrote to Ryan, what products? And is this a good thing? Do I need to ruin my morning shit as I'm sitting here looking at my phone as I get up out of? Do I got to ruin this to like scramble and like damage control, or is this? He's like, no, it's good, it's good. I was like, okay, cool. So,
I thought his comment was hilarious.
which one? Yeah, got money equals no problem. Yeah, you're not wrong. It's a race car part, bro. It's all good. Luckily, Alex is super chill and he uses the car intended. It was missing a lower dive plane from where he had found a cone with the dive plane. Knocked it off. Apex cones, yo. It's Dave from DDE, right? Okay. He wouldn't stand on it. He's like, I'm 230 pounds. And they're like, they've had 3 guys on there. It's like, Charles weighs more than you.
Yeah.
We do this shit all the time. What's the problem? So that was nice to get surprised by. Oh, shit. Sold. So my My cousin is coming to town. I can't say a lot about how or why yet. I think the quiet period has not yet expired, but he is moving to Seattle, and he has been. And you guys don't know who my cousin is, so that's fine. And those of you that do, keep your mouth shut. He's moving to town, and he's going to be leading a startup. Tippy Top. He's been a C-level exec for a number of tech companies for a while. He's a year younger than me. Took a slightly different path. And he did fantastic for himself. I'm super proud of him. And it'll be fun that we're going to be in the same city. We're both, he turns 50 this year. I turned 50 last year. This will be the first time we've lived in the same city together in 50 years, which is pretty fantastic. He saw I was selling the 458. He jokingly sent me a text. Hey, when I move up there, I should buy your 458 because I don't really have a Seattle car to drive around. And I'm trying to sell it. I'm talking to so-and-so and this and that and yada, yada, yada. And about a week and a half ago, he just writes me. He's like, hey, consider your 458 sold. I'm like, okay, don't tease me. You serious? The way it sits, the wheels, he's like, yeah, it's great. If you made it, I'm sure it's fucking awesome. I'll take it. I was like, well, shit. Okay.
I mean, you put the suspension on it for dealing with downtown Seattle, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
For potholes and smoothing out things. And honestly, I put the suspension on it because Novatec lowering springs are like half the cost of a full MCS three-way, and that's dumb. I'm sorry, that's dumb money to spend. You know, if you want the car to be lower, then do it right. Put appropriate parts on the car to get it accomplished. Add all kinds of compliments on the stance and the way the wheels fit and all that bit, and that took a bit. So, you need your mic a little closer to you. There we go. You got to kind of act like you're a rapper and spit into it, yo.
I would start eating it, but I ate before I come up.
Nom nom nom. So that's really cool. As you guys see, this beautiful TDF 458 driving around downtown Seattle. No, it's not me. You probably get a chance to meet my cousin at some point. He's a big dude. I think Doug's 6'4", 6'3", 6'4". He's really tall, maybe 260. So he's a big dude. But yeah, we'll have some car shenanigans, be able to trade some whips back and forth. So that'll be fun to have him in town. Any point, any of you guys got questions about our topics? Feel free. Feeling kind of all alone talking to a microphone up here.
I can always create topics.
You can also create topics. We can make some shit up as we go.
Sounds like every day here.
Pretty much. We make all kinds of shit up as we go. What else? Was that the last one? Shibbity.
What happened in the news the other day?
Oh, Jesus. Idiots doing idiot stuff?
Lance.
Why'd you sell the 458? That's a good question. So 458's a beautiful shape wrapped around a really fantastic engine. And if I had less cars, if Charles and I had never met and he turned me on to how awesome a flat six can actually be, then what's up, Jorge? Was it? Damn, son, it's like 2 a.m. Go to bed.
4 a.m.
Then is it 4 a.m.? You getting up early? Then the 458 might have been more impactful than it was for me. My use case for cars right now is either they're track cars that spend a little bit of time on the road and a lot of time on the track, 2 a.m. Or they're street cars that need to be engaging on the street. And when I tried to get track insurance on the 458, my insurance agent essentially held a middle finger and said, fuck you, I am not paying for any more fucking broken Ferraris. We're done with that. All the 488s pretty much broke them. They're like, no more. I'm not listing. You can tell me anything you want about how much you're fun. No, fuck you. Not insuring that. Great. So now I'm left with a conundrum. I have really wonderful, we'll call them a GT car, a touring car, but I'm literally driving it from my house to the shop and from my shop to the house. Before that, I had an E46 M3, stick shift, similar color scheme, done it up similarly, MCS, yada, yada, yada. I enjoyed driving that car from the shop to the house and from the house to the shop because it was a stick shift and it had half the horsepower and it was engaging. I could wind it out on the on-ramp and not be doing 180 miles an hour by the time I'm merging into traffic. So a different point in my life, maybe the 458 resonated more, but I've got a brand new 3RS. I've got a 997 3RS. I've got some Super Squirrel secret projects that we're trying to get across the line that are likely going to scratch the itch that I'm looking to scratch better than the 458 will.
We hope so.
We hope so. If we do it right, they
We're
will.
trying.
We're trying. So that it's kind of a long-winded explanation, Lance, but it kind of missed the mark for me. Do I think that they're still incredible cars? Yeah, they're fantastic. And quite frankly, if the 458 was a manual, I would keep it. I would keep it. There is a V12 Vantage S 7-speed on Bring a Trailer right now that I'm watching. That Aston's was a very, very close second place to the 458 in what should I scratch the itch for next. And Charles has heard me wax.
This one just showed up in front of your face one day.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
literally showed up. I had some scratch ready. It was my 50th birthday. I was like, sold. I'll take it. And then I was like, the fuck did I buy this one? This is a stripper model. It doesn't even have any options. What the fuck's wrong with me? Too impulsive.
And then you drove it.
And then I drove it, and I was like, sticky buttons and all kind of bullshit. Yeah. Agreed, Larry. The E46 went to a good home. My E30 M3 will likely be done someday. I just had a Facebook notification. It's been 9 years that I've owned that car. So that's nice to be reminded of. You know, anybody who does car projects, Charles and I share this drinking topic is probably the best way.
I just take mine apart and let them sit for 20 years.
Yeah. I have other people take them apart and then blame them why they're still apart, except for the ones that I told people to take apart and then they're still apart. You know, it's kind of the same thing, but almost not so much. AR. Thinking about getting your intake kit and throttle body for the 991.1 GT3. How is the install process? We have instructions on the website. If you go to our website and you go to the instruction tab, take a look. It's involved, but not impossible. This guy can answer that question.
It's nuts and bolts.
It's nuts and bolts.
And a couple screws.
And some and sometimes a pry bar.
Yeah. There's a part of the instructions some people I think skip where it says to loosen the couple of the lower subframe bolts.
And
On
flip
an
it
RS,
upside down.
you kind of don't need to do that, but if you follow all of that, it's actually not that hard.
Yeah.
Some guys do it in their garage with a floor jack. So
Seen it. We had one guy do it. Super wealthy guy in
Saudi Arabia.
Cutter.
Cutter. Yeah.
In
Wrong
Cutter.
guy.
He's a drag racer. So they take these cars. They don't have a circuit. I think Cutter finally has a road circuit, but most of them are drag racers. So they'll drag race GT3 RSs. So, hey, what's up, Seth Thomas Motorsport? And Seth installed his in his garage, but Seth installs everything in his garage. He is not afraid. If we told him we had engine internals, he would literally take the fucker apart in his garage and install the engine internals. He has no fear over automotive shit, which kudos to you. Both driving them and working on them, which is rare. So, if you are not afraid of nuts and bolts and having the car down for a little bit, then you'll be able to get it done. Couple things that I will tell you you should have because you're going to call me when you don't. We'll answer. That's a very good question, Mr. Lance Williams, and very appropriate with all these parts sitting in front of me. Thank you for the tee up, my friend. We'll come back to that. You should borrow someone's smoke machine to make sure that you have everything sealed up correctly before you put the engine all back in and put it all back together and turn the key. And on the third start, it says you have a P2279 manifold leak. And then you call me and be like, what the fuck is this about? Well, that means you didn't install it right and you have a manifold leak is what that's about. Go back. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Do it again. So don't get it all the way done before you check it.
Yeah, don't put the bumper back on and then start it.
Yeah.
Check it first.
Check it first. Borrow somebody's smoke machine. If you don't have one, go find somebody with one. One of your buddies probably has one if that's a reasonable thing for you. Otherwise, find a quality independent Porsche shop. Don't take it to the dealer. All the techs just swap parts they don't think. Sorry, Porsche techs. There's a few of you out there that do. You're from Charles' generation or just slightly behind. That actually do think and do things the right way. The rest of y'all have been programmed to just swap parts and not evaluate what the fuck's up. So,
and make sure you put the flap retainer on.
Boo on the Manthe build. You spent too much money for not enough parts. And the brass bushing. Yes. So, JF Granger, I'm glad you have a lot of money, but you're not going to get any love from us about a 992 GT3 full Manthe because we have a lot more downforce, a lot more capability in our parts, and you should have sent me a check. So, I'm not that saucy yet. That's real. Manthe gets you all of the Cars and Coffee cred, and your dealer is going to love you. And if you're looking for that next allocation, then maybe that was the right thing to do. But if you're looking for real performance, maybe not so much. So,
you know what? Buy another GT3.
Oh, I like it.
And then buy our full lab rat kit and compare yourself.
I like it. I like that.
Challenge.
And you had to expect that answer coming to us. I mean, you walk into the hornet's nest and poke it with a stick, you're probably gonna get some hornets to come out, and they ain't gonna be handing over honey when they show up. I don't think hornets make honey, but
no,
that's what I learned in biology class. The rest of it, I don't know. So I will ask you. Let me switch this around because this is some market intelligence. Why did you pick the Manthe kit? What is it you're looking for from the Manthe kit specifically, or what do you believe you're going to get from it? Manti, whatever. I'm American. I'm not German. It is Manti, I believe, yes. But I know, Larry. I talked to Brandon about it. I was like, homie, you got to help a brother out because at some point we're going to be able to do a head-to-head, which would be really cool. And it's going to be laughable because a Manti
Someone
kit...
will probably take one to Coda for Super Lap or something.
A Manti... So here's my pitch, JF. Here's my pitch. So our cars at Road Atlanta go 4 seconds faster. 991.2 GT3 RS, number of others. And in a minute and 30 second lap. Minute and 32 second lap. A Manti kit goes 4 seconds faster in a 7-minute lap. You can do that percentage if you want. No, we don't have wheel discs because our aerodynamicist just laughed when I showed him the wheel disc. He's like, that's cool. It's a great way to make some money and kind of put a brand on it.
Getting some paper plates and duct tape.
I love it. Paper plates and duct tape would do better than what those actual carbon pieces do. So we're harsh on it because we went to the Nürburgring. We had a car there. Manti has their pick of days. They have their pick of drivers. They have their pick of tire compounds. They can set that entire game up to their favor. And when somebody comes to challenge them, you're kind of fucked because you get regular off-the-shelf tire compounds. You get whatever the weather might bring. You get whatever driver you showed up with. And we showed up with a freaking badass driver, but he hadn't been at the Nürburgring in like 5 years. So, and he has 4 kids. He won Le Mans 3 times, but he's got fucking 4 kids and he hadn't been there in 5 years. He's not going to send it like Neil Johnny, who's like, fuck yeah. I got you, bro. I don't care if I die. Yeah. Anyway, I get why guys are going to pick those parts over our parts. We're just local bunch of yahoos up here in the Northwest that are trying to build the best parts to give you the best performance for the best value. Manthey comes with Porsche's backing because they're owned by Porsche. So, and Porsche's trying to slot your car into a hierarchy. So your 992 GT3 Manthey build will not be faster than a 9923 RS. Our stuff is faster or as fast and proven to be so than a 9923 RS. And we will continue that. Currently, our GT4 RS Lab Rat is a 10th slower at our local track than a 9923 RS driven by the same guy. Your mileage may vary. As Brandon would say, passing is to the left and, you know, all that kind of shit. Anyway. go ahead.
JF Granger, you've got a 991.23 RS now. Is it stock or is it modified? Just curious what you have done to it, if you do.
Because the Manthey kit for the 991.23 RS is
Not really anything.
not much.
Shocks
It's
and brake
suspension.
pads?
Yeah, it's like suspension and brake pads.
Yeah.
There isn't a wing, there isn't a splitter, there isn't any power mods.
Ah, good idea.
Hey!
Ask,
Woo!
talk to racer Seth Thomas. He's got it.
Yeah, literally. Hit Seth Thomas up. He's a pro driver. He has full Lab Rat at Road Atlanta. So if you're anywhere over there, give him a call. His car's gorgeous, and Seth is the nicest dude you would have ever met. Look at my man with the Q up. And this is Mr. Seth Thomas driving his Lab Rat at Road Atlanta when we were just at Smokies. He went 128. He went 130. We haven't finished this. 133, 132 something in Wadle's car. Yeah, 133. So almost 5 seconds. 132 and change, right? Seth will know. Pros always know how fast they went. I don't know how fast they went. To the like hundreds. Yeah. They're like bang.
Yeah.
So we drove 991.23 RS Lab Rat and Walter.
Take this, man.
Thanks, Walter. Appreciate you. So Seth went about 4.5 seconds faster in the same car. 131, so 3 seconds faster. Thanks, Ted. And this is the same guy on the same day, different cars. Only difference is the mods. So anyway, JF, give us a call on Monday. We still got our Father's Day 10% off. Closes on Monday. If you're looking for some goodies, give us a shout. We can give them to you and make it go. And thank you. What Ted said. Thanks, Seth. What else we got? I like that picture that you got queued up there. Where'd that come from? Porsche.
Probably. Don't forget about Lance.
Oh,
Lance.
yeah. So Lance, you missed where I started. So what you need is our camber package, which is one of these, and this one. 10 for your 992 GT3. This gets you all the camber that you will ever need in the front of the car. This, and a shim pack, and you're set. We have them on the website now. I'll send you a link shortly so you can pick it up before Father's Day sale ends. There you go. That package right there.
And that's more, what did we say? 1.5 degrees, 2 degrees more than you can probably get over 4 degrees with those parts.
Yeah.
Or about 4. So,
and you won't need more than what we have, but you'll be able to get what you need to get. to take it to the ridge and run the car adequately without any issues. There you go. Ah, right on, Ted. Thank you, sir. Man, we got everybody. It's still early. It's only like 5:30. This is awesome. Normally we do this and it's like 7 o'clock and everybody's like clocked out.
Well, that's when we have a 5-minute conveation. It goes till 8.
5 minute. Yeah, we still haven't produced that video,
Nope.
by the way. Jesus Christ.
Or the next 45 after that.
Jesus, man, we are the boss men over here got to get a little less tight with the purse strings to get some more people in the building. We need a few more heads, but I'm reluctant. I do not. So it's funny talking to a friend of mine on the East Coast, runs a service shop over there. He's seeing that the economy might be retracting. Just curious. Yes, sir. We'll get that together for you, Lance. 8:30 here. Yeah, 5:30 here. Nice. Well played, Racer Seth Thomas. The TH in American Porsche speak is pronounced Dundon Motorsports.
Hey, totally little off.
Yeah, go ahead.
Justin, did you ever look at getting those stickers,
Oh, which ones?
the Office knockoff?
The Dunder Mifflin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
muffler.
Dundon muffler. Yeah, we've got
Random thought.
we got a couple things we need to get across the line because they're pretty funny. So Lance, we'll get you taken care of, brother. Exhaust is here on the shelf. So when Jacob gets your car, it's ready to go. We got you dialed, so you're good to go.
What'd Justin say? Setup 997. Oh, Justin's third from the top.
Did you guys get it set up for the 997? Is that going to be overkill for daily one track? No, we got you set up, Justin. So most 997s, depending on how many miles and when they had mods, are likely ready for a refresh. The parts that we have will enable you to refresh that. From mild to wild, from basic street mild track, which that's kind of where I'd label you, Justin, right now. You're street plus, not like full crazy track rat. So we'd set you up with something that doesn't pull every bit of rubber out of the car, leaves you some compliance. He's looking for a 997 GT3
Okay.
to replace the GT4 that got split in two by the motorcycle.
Yeah.
Right. Couple of them I've been trying to guide a little bit, but he kind of has his heart set on a 40 to 50,000 mile Metzger. I'm like, ooh, that's about the time where they need love. And
Get a .1.
yes.
.2 is stock for stock better, but a .1 with mods is better
Way
and
better.
way more reliable
Yes.
than a .2.
Yeah, the addition of exhaust cam, variable timing.
Full batch mode. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, 997.1 GT3 is also a little bit outside of the radar of all the speculators.
'Cause
So
it has a sunroof.
yes.
Yep.
Get a .1 GT3. We can get you some love on it. You can drive the shit out of it. Ah, there you go.
Aha, good.
Ah, you're picking it up. You bought it? You're gonna make it run up Pikes Peak, my ass. Not during the race.
Why not? Yeah, Justin, I can give you the super mega wish list, laundry list for a .1 of every little thing to do that'll make that car pretty quick.
Dude, just drive it from Denver to Gig Harbor. Because it's like we need another fucking project car here. We've got a 997.2 GT3 RS that, you know, we can do real talk here. This car is fucking kicking our ass. We've had it for 3 months. It's got a D4 package on it. Came from Japan by way of California, and this car just will not fucking cooperate. Charles has probably got, what do you say, 300 hours into this car?
I don't know. I lost count at 1.
Yeah, a lot of fucking hours in this car, and it just won't. There's something weird with the ECU that we can't track down because we've got a number of other cars out in the world super fucking happy. Vin Inatra was up here. We did this shit live on YouTube, and the car just like click, made all the horsepowers very happy. Off he went. 91 octane. Charles did the clickety clack and got it all happy. It's good. So
Just don't buy a 997.2 GT3 or RS that was originally sold in California because for whatever reason they don't like anyone.
it's
Crazy.
we started to figure this out. There's some voodoo going on inside that ECU that nobody knows about, and it certainly doesn't like us. I'll just say
it doesn't
that.
like us when we're actually making horsepower
Yeah.
versus
Versus
not.
just, if you want some cars and coffee Sharkworks bullshit, it's fine. But
there was,
Sharkworks not bullshit. They're fine. I like those guys, but
Justin,
fine.
can you scroll up a second? There was a 718 question up there before we forgot about it. Jay Blair, Spider 718.
A more sonorous sound.
Like GT3, like center exit 991 GT3.
Oh boy,
Or-
this is a rabbit hole. Jay Blair, I love you, and I want you to know that you're in a safe space, but you're using adjectives to explain sound. And adjectives to explain sound is like me trying to explain colors to a blind man. Like telling Charles the difference between gray and blue. He's not a blind man, but he can't see the difference between those two colors. So him doing wiring is a little bit of a crapshoot. Hopefully there ain't a yellow with gray and a yellow with blue that you get. Those are the same.
When they say cut the blue wire to defuse the bomb, and I'm
Don't
like,
give the
"There's only-"
scissors to Charles. No, do not do that. Give them to anybody else. He'll have the balls to do it, but I would not. No, bad idea. So you'd need to come to terms with the fact that you have a flat six, and it's going to sound how it sounds with a flat six. You also have a car with a longer secondary length that is not ever going to sound like a GT3, regardless of all the ways that you want it to sound like a GT3. If you wanted it to sound like a GT3, buy a GT3. I've given this advice to a number of mid-engine Porsche
Do you
buyers
think
over
we
the
could
years.
rear engine swap Boxer?
I think they'd all revolt. I think we'd have a full-on revolt on our hands.
Who would kill us first, the Boxer guys or the GT3 or 911 guys?
Yes, the GT3 sound, it is impossible.
Yeah,
Yes.
the closest is probably our soon-to-be remade new full system, but
Yeah. So
once it's out.
keep your ears out. We've got your eyes out, right? Now I understand the CAD model colors. Don't use blue and gray. So we have our good friend Doug Hansen has loaned us his 718 GT4, and he's been incredibly patient. And Doug, we have every intention to get your car taken apart. Between Charles having a really scary go to the ER puking blood scenario 2 weeks ago, one of our other guys having another horribly what's the right word I'm looking for?
Devastating.
Thank you. Yes. Family situation that he's been dealing with for the last 2 weeks. We've been shorthanded. We've been dealing with a lot of things all at the same time.
We're building and selling more stuff than we ever have, which means we're busy building and
Selling
building stuff.
and building and selling and like designing, and we're like a black hole for designing things. If we think it's a great idea, we just do it and it just gets sucked in. And then we got to figure out, oh shit, we spent the money. We got to sell this shit. Hey, Justin, I need pictures. You need what? Hey, Ted, I need a description. You need what? We're all fucking underwater already. We need to do what? More? Okay, let's do more. And we do more. Oh, Charles, go tear apart the 3RS so we can figure out how this shit works.
You sold these?
Oh, yeah.
We haven't even built them yet.
Luckily, I haven't done that in a minute, but that used to be how it went. So we've got a wonderful Spider package, GT4 package between our street headers and our version 47 muffler, maybe 58, 62. It's got a lot of versions. We keep refining it. Kaizen is a thing. Continuous improvement is our goal. Sometimes it makes it hard to make a thing when we keep making it better. So, yes, you guys are on fire, but yes. I was thinking that today when I got the bill from some of our suppliers on some of the new parts. I was like, oh shit, we got to get these things across the line and out the door, not just keep filling up the fucking coffers over here. But yes, we will have a great video. Doug will be a great steward for promoting it. He'll be the first one that gets the full system of the muffler and the street headers. It will be as close to a GT3 sound as you are likely to get, because we eliminated a large amount of length in that entire system, which is going to bring it closer to how a GT3 flat six sounds, less like what a stock
The
Boxer
closest it would
sounds.
sound would be if you watched our GT4 RS videos.
Yeah,
That's as close as we can get a GT3 engine to sound like GT3 in a Boxster.
correct.
But
Because it revs to 9,000 at that point.
yeah,
So-
it's just that added length
Yep.
literally tones it down.
Lance, I would say don't waste your money on service transforms. Get a set of Eurodiscs. You're welcome, Robin. And put them on your car. Take the PCCBs that you probably ordered the car with off, because I know that that's better for resale. I know you're a track guy. I remember your Evo. It's pretty awesome. Get some steel on there. You have better fuel with steel. You have better release characteristics with steel. Less chances for things going expensive when you catch a piece of gravel between a rotor and a pad with steel.
Or when your wheel breaks in half.
Oh, that's a whole different thing.
Unless you have the sleigh on the front.
That's true. He did have a sleigh.
Yeah.
But that one still ended up chipping out. Customer of ours, fantastic guy, bought some wheels that we were all a little suspect of. When an exhaust company from China decides to bring magnesium wheels to market, you should probably let other people try that first and just sit on the sidelines and be like, what's up? How'd they do? Oh, they broke? Oh, you don't say. Oh, they broke again? Oh, really? Crazy. Anybody die? No one died. Okay, great. Dodged a bullet. Maybe don't buy that.
Well, he did say he wanted 2-piece wheels at one time.
You were obviously feeling better. You're cracking jokes so we can laugh. He couldn't laugh a while ago,
I couldn't laugh 3 days ago.
which is hard for Charles because his dad jokes are often quite hilarious. Often. So anyway, leave service transforms alone. Get some of your local boys. Hey, Dougie, what's going on, man?
If we're lucky, we might have something by this time next week.
I think so. That's the plan.
Yes, that's the plan.
Yeah, so Charles was scanning the 3RS before he came up here to join me to talk about all of these things that you see before here existed in his iPad before they existed in real life. All of these things, which is really fucking cool. Like literally everything on the table except for the whiskey bottles.
I mean, I could. Yeah, that's waste.
You could, but I mean, that was my first thing I did in Shaper. I made a water bottle. It wasn't a whiskey bottle.
Well, technically, Herboye did these arms.
Oh, that's true. Our boy Horvaje from Croatia did these arms, and he did these arms, which at Charles' direction, this little indent right here. Oh, and that. Throw that up here. Hey, Doug, that's your muffler. And the guy in the frame is the one who made it.
Yeah,
Justin's very talented. So, all the rest of you who are waiting on mufflers, including those of you who are about to buy them, thank you for your trust and your patronage. We
and
are
your patience that you don't know you have.
Yeah. Some of y'all have been waiting 4 or 5 weeks already. We are balls to the walls getting these things across the line. And I still need a picture of this for somebody. This one. And I forgot. And you forgot.
Nope, I didn't forget.
You just didn't take it yet.
I wanted to take it with the second muffler to show that we're not lying.
Okay. All right. Because he got a picture of the first one. He's like, those welds don't look very good. I would like to buy one with welds that are perfect. I was like, no offense, but you don't really have any ability to criticize what the fuck you're looking at, because everybody else's stuff that you're looking at is polished or sandblasted or whatever and are not actually the welds.
Just tell him to buy one off Instagram somewhere.
He was being pushed by our friends at Eric at Supreme Power to buy a Klein version. Thanks, Eric.
He wasn't.
Don't think I didn't notice. Cheers. B Doggery, is it just me or is the stock clutch in the 718 GT4 absolutely horrible? Expand. Please continue while I pour. Horrible how? Feel not right. Engagement strange. Flywheel. Yeah. I love translating these statements. Horrible. How did you do this as a tech? Customer comes in complaining of random fucking bullshit something. What the fuck does that mean?
Exactly.
Fucking A. I would literally walk out to the SA and be like, are you fucking serious? You figure out what the fuck I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, the worst is when you get a dash rattle that's metal on metal and a brand new car that's got a $170,000 paint to sample exterior.
Yeah, and a custom
Some
interior.
French champagne and
Right.
then a $200,000.
I remember you telling me about
Louis
this one.
Vuitton
Yeah,
pure white
fucking
leather
hell.
full interior. So it was a 06 Carrera S with a $400-something sticker price on it, and then I had to take the whole interior apart at 20 miles.
Because it's like buzz.
Yeah,
Fuck that. But
it was pure white inside the
Suppose
car.
that's
so
what you're
how do
doing.
you take it apart and not get it dirty? Yeah, that's dealer life.
ton of slip at 11K miles between second and third at Redline. I'm going to ask some questions, and they're not intended to be hurtful, but I'm going to ask them anyway. How do I ask this question? You know what I'm about to ask. Second and third, lots of slip, full throttle, high RPM. Are you giving the car the time it needs to actually change RPM before you release the clutch? That was a kind way to say that. I think that's the right.
Almost PC.
That I think is the way I would say it. If the car sounds like "Bwah, boo," then you're shifting wrong. That's not the car, that's you.
Yeah, you might be getting back on the throttle too fast,
A little aggressively.
or you might not be off the clutch pedal fast enough.
Also possible.
Yeah, if you
Also
had
possible.
driven a 991.2 GT3 manual and up, it's got a factory twin plate in it,
Yep.
full size.
Yep.
So that clutch is super grabby. So if you've driven one of those and then
I get it, brother. I get it. I'm just saying, you're asking a question about the car.
another aspect
Yep.
that is kind of, I don't know.
It's okay.
I don't mean to stab people with this sometimes.
It's all right.
It is a Boxster, and they do build them a little differently than a 911. So
I was going to ask, is there a clutch delay valve in a Boxster like there might be in a BMW?
Not that I know of.
Not that I'm aware of in a 718 GT4 either. Is it?
No.
It is a GT4, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did Larry have to change the clutch?
Nope. Larry's a PDK.
Oh,
Eric.
Eric, look at that.
Yeah. Yeah, it could just be.
All right.
Well, so some of these, I've seen some of these cars burn through brake pads in 20,000 miles.
Okay. You went to a LWF and a different clutch and it's been much better. That's good. Okay. Maybe you had a shitty clutch.
We didn't get, how many miles did we get on ours?
6,000? Maybe.
No, it wasn't. It was like 3,500 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't have that car very long.
Yeah, it was like a year and a half, and then it was gone.
What's Is it Derek? Taj, help me out if you're still watching. Is it Derek that still has a car? Our 718 GT4 white that we had is still owned by the same chiropractor in Texas that bought it from us. So, took away my Dundon header muddy. Well, you know, I'm glad that you're still working, brother, because you can make more.
You know, it is possible. That is just like how the drive shafts in the GT4 RS are base Boxster drive shafts.
It's probably a base clutch.
It's possible it is a regular Boxster clutch,
Yeah.
just on an engine with more power, and
That's
that
a-
will also
that's a-
exacerbate the issue.
Yeah, it doesn't have enough
That
clamp
seems
load
more
on the pressure plate. Yeah, that seems like a Porsche play for a Boxster.
Yeah.
Literally, when we had the 4RS, the bolts that hold the axles in are base Boxster parts, and they were backing out on our car. This is some scary shit. This is not like, oh, whatever, don't worry about it. This is people die level shit.
That was replicated amongst
Several.
Yeah,
Several guys.
guys.
Even on brand new cars at the
even
dealer.
on GT4s.
Yeah. Yep.
Fucking scary shit. Porsche, fix your shit. If you do it on a club sport, do it on a GT car. Don't fuck around.
Yeah.
So, Larry, check them regularly.
You're just telling everybody what bolts to get, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We don't sell them. I just tell them buy this and don't worry about it.
Yep, there it is.
On the what? The heart's in the way.
It's
On
actually the same clutch they have on the 2.0.
2.0 Cayman.
really? On the turbo Cayman Boxster?
Yeah,
I'm-
but those don't make that much power.
Yeah, it's fine. So, if
That kind of answers all of that.
yeah, I think we just came full circle. Base Boxster shit. That's the problem. But that's fine. Feel like we missed one.
Probably.
Scroll back up for a second. Car and driver would love to drive down from Vancouver when Doug is finished. You're welcome, brother. Let us know. Okay.
Just have them pick up Ray.
Yeah, pick up Ray on the way down so he can drive his 997.23 RS back home and we can say sayonara to this beautiful car. And
Full
not
controller.
bring another 3RS in anyway. What else? We miss anything? All right, we're 10 to 6. It's time for burgers. Time for Jamie to go to Anthony, the Fish House, and buy some hamburgers. It's kind of weird,
It
but they
sounds
have
funny when you say it that way, but it sounds funny when you say it every time.
but they have good burgers. I mean, I got shit from Pat that I don't go to the Tides to get burgers, but
The next thing you know, McDonald's is going to have sushi.
fucking A. I wouldn't be surprised.
Probably
The
Japan.
McSushi?
They have the McTerry and the McRib, so you never know.
You can get Simon there?
In Hawaii.
Fucking A, serious?
Fish cake in it.
Yeah.
McDonald's with a fish cake. That's some shit. That's some like Korean McDonald's shit. That's like when I was going through Gangnam in Seoul and I recognized the Starbucks by the font and the color because it's in Korean.
Mm.
And I was like, Starbucks, we got to stop. My wife's like, Starbucks, seriously? So anyway, y'all, have a wonderful Friday. Hopefully this has been helpful. We're going to try and do more of these kind of more topic based. Sure thing, brother. We've got a Calendly on our website, or just give us a call, 253-200-4456.
4454.
What the fuck? 4454. Thank you. 441-23456. Holy fuck. Thank you, Charles. He'd have been calling this fucking number and been like, why don't you guys answer? Why aren't you answering?
Letters, I wouldn't have caught it, but
That's the time to get out of here. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. Happy Father's Day to everybody out there. And
see you guys